All right, we're just a quick moment away from today's Tao Daily Tarot reading. Here's your heads up. It looks as though we feel like our lives are in the hands of fate, and it's really kind of out of our reach. Because what we're looking for in our lives are value. And maybe our values are in the midst of change. Mercury retrograde and all that reevaluating. This is what they're headed to. It's just going to take a little while to get there. I'll have the details coming up in a moment. Well, hello and welcome to this latest Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for being here. If you are someone who is returning, who's been here before, many thank yous and gratitude. Please hit that like button, very important for the YouTube folks. If you are new here, well, let me kind of tell you what separates us from the rest of the tarot readers. And there are some phenomenal tarot readers around. But what kind of separates the Tao Daily Tarot from everyone else is the fact that I do archetypal readings. In other words, I take the images on the card. I use 4 decks total actually, and then I put out an 8-card spread. That's it. And the reason is the Tao is a very simple path. So that's what I'm trying to do, is to read the archetypal images to give you a energetic weather report. Okay? Let's talk about the energies. Let's not talk about so much about love or money or happiness or health or whatever. Let's talk about the energies that are around you right now, and then you apply them appropriately to your life. Alrighty? So we look at the energies of coming and going and pushing and pulling. You go, wow, what kind of energies are those? Stop and think every day. What's coming at you? What's going away from you? What's pushing you? What's pulling you? All that stuff's going on all the time. So this energetic weather report gives you an idea of those kinds of forces operating in your life at this particular moment. You decide how they fit, where they fit, and then you navigate your life. Okay? That's sort of the way that we do this kind of thing. Another thing that separates the Tao Daily Tarot Report is that I do the hyper shuffle. You'll see that in just a moment. And then I try to squeeze this all in about 10 minutes, give or take a minute or two. Some days I go a little long, some days a little shorter. But the idea is if I can go around 10 minutes, you can fit that into your life. You know, yes, I know we're in COVID. I get it. But if you have kids, life doesn't stop, right? So you're busy. And even if you don't have kids, there's still things to do, people to see. Yeah, places to go. Well, not so much places to go, but you get the general idea. So 10 minutes to fit into your life. Now, let's get to this hyper shuffle. People love to see the tarot reader shuffle the cards. That's what you're going to see. But look carefully. And so there you go. There is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to today's Tao Daily Tarot. We begin with a card that's come up quite often. And I got to tell you, I think it's totally appropriate. The Fates. Again, I think we've had it 3 times in the last 4 days. Remember, we're in a Mercury retrograde. A lot of planets gathered in Aquarius right there along with the Mercury retrograde. 6, I think, last I looked. Not going to stay there forever, but the point is we are in a Mercury retrograde for at least another week. We'll have another 2-week shadow period after that, and then we hit a new moon. Pisces new moon, I think. So this tells me with the fates showing up 3 times in the last 4 days, 5 days maybe, that there's an element of fate operating in your life, operating probably in the world right now. These things have to kind of work themselves out, and it's going to take what would appear to be something magical, something spiritual that kind of opens up the doors in your life and other people's lives. But the fates are at hand, and this is a great way to utilize the remaining time in the Mercury retrograde and the shadow period. Reevaluate. And the cards talk a lot about reevaluation, no question about it. We begin with the 5 of Pentacles. Now again, Pentacles, not just money. They, for a lot of people, are certainly material things. But for other people, it may be love. For other people, it may be health or happiness or whatever. Five of Pentacles, five of something that you really, really value. Except you see these people here in the snow walking in front of the building. I think it's a church. Five of Pentacles all lit up. They could walk in and get the Five of Pentacles. It is available to them, but they're choosing not to. That's significant. And that may be kind of connected with the Fates card, right? We move from there to the Three of Cups. And it's interesting about this because when I was doing the pre-shuffle, I also came up with the Three of Cups in the vice versa deck, and it was forward, not reversed. What that tells me is I think each and every one of us want to reconnect again. Yes, I know, of course, Three, of Cups, third party, all of that. Okay, fine. I don't think that's the case in this situation. I think it's wanting to connect with people, to celebrate, to be social, to get out there, to do stuff again, to have a life again. And I think that's what that whole thing is about in terms of the Five of Pentacles. People walking by where they have a chance to get all Five Pentacles, but they walk past it. And I think in many regards, that's sort of the situation for a lot of people, that they feel like they're kind of walking past their happy factor in their life. It's not normal, doesn't look like it's going to be normal anytime soon, and they just feel helpless, like these people here in the Five of Pentacles. They just walk by. It's there, but they don't avail themselves. And we move from there to the Hermit. The Hermit is getting away to look inside and get an idea. Look for an epiphany. Look for some guidance. And of course, you see the lantern shining brightly. And much like those Five of Pentacles, shining brightly. The question is, what do you see as the Hermit? And maybe that's what makes it difficult, because the Hermit is isolated. Maybe you're feeling isolated. And subsequently, that creates some sort of an issue, right? It does for most of us, that's for sure. So there's sort of a disconnect there. You want to be social, you want to get out there and do the stuff that you really value, and you just can't seem to make that connection. Of course, again, Mercury retrograde for another week and then the shadow period, so it may not be time, still time to maybe do inner work. Here we look at the King of Pentacles, okay, money in the bank, so to speak, but again, Pentacles are what you value, what's important to you. The King of Pentacles has it all, no question about it. Very dependable, okay? Very steadfast, very solid, but can be a little bit of a stick in the mud. Alrighty? They got the stuff, and that's great, but the question is that enough? And maybe that's the question we're all asking in our lifetime. Is the material stuff really all it's cracked up to be? And from there, we move to the Three of Pentacles. Okay, here we are. You notice how many pentacles there are in this, and there's more coming. So this, for me, is a question of values. Okay, this to me is a question of what do we do? And the three, as the Three of Cups can indicate a third party, this can also indicate teamwork, solid teamwork. So the question is it teamwork with someone else or some group of people? Are you feeling that that's what you're having to do, to work, to find what your values are, or to raise money, or do whatever it is that you're trying to do? Something tangible? Is this what is being called for? And I think yes, because the Three of Cups indicates, and we got it twice. Remember in the pre-shuffle, and of course we had it here. Alrighty? I think we want to get connected with people again, and we just are having a heck of a time trying to do that. The next card up is the magnifier that talks about the Two of Pentacles. And again, that is a question of a situation of just juggling. This is the dance of change. And so what this tells me is, yes, we're talking pentacles. Yes, we're talking about things that you value. But with the two, we're talking a decision. We're talking, as I said, a dance of change. And I don't mean pocket change necessarily. I mean a dance of change. Maybe we are reevaluating what is important to us. Is it that little carrot that they've been waving in front of our faces for decades? Or is it something deeper? And I think that's the question for a whole lot of people. And then we have in reverse from the vice versa deck, the Knight of Cups. Alrighty? And the Knight of Cups obviously talks about love. Alrighty? Talks about interest, passion, sensitive, romance. Alrighty? Caring and introspection. That's something that we don't talk about, especially in reverse like this. Introspection. Maybe you are reevaluating this whole love situation and you're saying, okay, I've been chasing a buck, I've been chasing a dollar, I've been chasing everything that they told me to chase. And at this point, it doesn't work, it doesn't satisfy. Maybe I need to take more of a look at this whole idea of love, what it is, including self-love. That's where it all begins, right? So there you go, the Knight of Cups, introspection. Goes back to the fates. I think we are in a period of time right now where it's kind of out of our hands. And the best thing to do, especially in a Mercury retrograde and the shadow period, is just internalize, focus. Where do I want to go next? Because next is coming. When we get into March, things are going to be picking up. And we all want to reconnect. We all want more love in our life because that is turning out to be the real value. Just have to wait on the fates, I guess. Anyway, that's our Tao Daily Tarot reading for today. Again, if you are here oftentimes. If you're the first time here, subscribe, and share. All important stuff to help YouTube help this channel grow. Alrighty, so that's pretty much it. I think it's a fabulous reading, and it really kind of highlights what a lot of people I know are feeling at this point in time. It's out of my hands. What do I do? Well, focus on love, self-love first, and then just allow time to kind of develop. And I think the rest is in the hand of the fates. So, that wraps up this reading, as I said. Very good. We will catch you the next time around. I hope it's tomorrow because I do a brand new read every day, 365 days of the year. If not, between now and the next time that we have a chance to get together and visit again, blessings.